Hi, today I want to learn something new. Hello, my name is Carolina. This is Carolina's Closet. Welcome. I like to make things. I'm a DIY person and I mostly make clothing. I usually don't steer away from that, but I kind of want to. I want to start making things that are not just clothing, right? I think I need to start slow, okay? I don't want to just start making some crazy stuff with some random materials that I don't know anything about. So I thought I would try to learn how to do amigurumi. All I know is that they are like plushies, like animals, crocheted, three-dimensional objects, usually cute animals, stuffed in to be like a teddy bear kind of situation. On top of that, as I said, I do like to crochet, I do like to make clothing with yarn. I have an idea of something that is not necessarily clothing, but is three-dimensional. So I need to learn how to make like yarn crochet become three-dimensional because I usually make clothing which is supposed to fit a three-dimensional body, but it's made mostly 2D. So I'm really using this experience here to make cute stuff outside of my comfort zone, things that I would like to learn and I never tried. And I really want to learn how to manipulate crochet three-dimensionally. So grab your needles, grab your hooks, grab your crafts, and I hope you enjoy our time together. Yes, I have a little table. I love my little table. I think everyone should have a little table. Okay, so for materials, I was going to just use whatever I had, but I needed to buy the little eyes because I didn't have any eyes. I just went to my craft supply shop and they had like different eyes. And then since I was there, I did get myself some plushy yarn because everyone that does amigurumi tutorials does it with plushy yarn, and it just thought it was really cute. And then I also got the filling for the plushies. It's over there. So I am using new yarn for this. Oh, so I decided birds just because I chose an animal, and I think it will be nice to see the progression of one kind of animal and not go far away from that. And I feel like it's a good shape, it's a good study of like an animal, but not too advanced. 'Cause like if I was to do a cow or an elephant, I think it would be harder. So I'm starting with this seemingly basic plushie that is just a round little chick. Crochet bird in 10 minutes. No Sew Amigurumi tutorial by Sweet Softies. It's very basic, right? Hers is like this big. They say it's 10 minutes. So I want to be able to do this in 10 minutes.
Friends, today I'm going to show you how to crochet an adorable little cheeky millimeter crochet hook along with a super bulky weight yarn.
Okay, so she uses a 5mm. My yarn, I'm pretty sure, is thinner than hers. So I'm going to use a 4.
It's a nifty tool for attaching plastic safety eyes very easily.
I don't have a nifty tool to attach eyes safely, so I'll have to do it with my hands, I guess. Okay, I'm not gonna time myself properly, but it's 11:11, and that's the time that I'm starting.
Or make 2 chains.
Okay, I have never used this kind of plush yarn, and I think I don't like it. Is this supposed to be a magic circle? This is not how I do magic circles. I can't see anything in— oh no. She said chain 2 and then work the 8 single crochets on the second stitch from the hook. But look at this loop, how big it is, and then I can make it smaller. Like this is the head, right? I don't like it. Yeah, she says like here, right here. Alternatively, insert 8 single crochets in a magic circle. That's what I'm gonna do. A lot of people have a lot of problems with magic circle, which I totally get. I started a project that I never finished, and I did so many circles with like a magic circle that it's not that hard for me anymore.
For round 2, we're going to insert 2 single crochets in each stitch.
I don't like this. How do you guys that do amigurumi use this yarn every single day for everything that you do? It's so hard to see. And basically, so we're increasing a lot. Like every stitch we increase. Oh my god. Where did I start? I cannot see it. We're increasing a lot, I guess, so that it's really big and it zhuzhes down. I think that's the spirit.
For a total of 16 single crochets.
I didn't count. It was supposed to be 16, but I think it's fine. I'm not supposed to increase anymore. So it was only 1 increase. Ah! I thought I would be increasing more. So I'm just single crocheting for a bunch of rows. Seems like I'm losing stitches. Why? I had them all. What happened? I think I'm doing something wrong. I'll just continue though. Yeah, I think this is it. I was having a hard time with the counting, so I think I probably did count the first or second row wrong. But maybe it's just because I can barely see the yarn. But because I can barely see it, you can barely see if there's any mistakes or not. She told me to do the beak and she taught me how to do it. So I'm gonna try and do it. It's really simple. So, oh my god, it barfed. So she said between rows 3 and 4, 1, 2, 3, and 4. It's just one chain. One chain. Cute, cute. And then she told me to tie it on the back. I'm glad I started with the very basic one because I'm having so much fun. And then what she does. Now she attaches the eye and she has a little tool to do that I don't have and I'm not gonna buy because this is a one-time thing. I want to make a few amigurumis, learn the art. I mean, I'm kind of falling in love with it. I just started doing the most basic thing you could do and I'm kind of liking it a lot because it's really cute. But I'm not gonna buy... I'm not gonna buy an extra tool to add eyes to amigurumi. I think that's something for if you really love making them or if you're gonna sell them or something. Maybe I will buy the tool and make a million. Okay, but you really don't need a tool. It was easy.
You can go ahead and stuff your cheeks, Bonnie.
I have a lot of stuffing and she told me to stuff it. How much is too much? How much is too little? Oh my god. I think I should have used an even smaller hook size for my yarn. Because look, you can totally see the stuffing through the stitches. And I think that's a problem.
And crocheting them together.
Okay, so we're decreased now. Every 2 stitches is 1. And it's complicated because I can barely see it. So it was only one more round and then I'm cutting the yarn. And now we are going to add the feet. There is a lot of tiny pieces of yarn in amigurumi. Like a feet is 1 stitch. You're telling me I'm using a different yarn for like 1 stitch. It's not even 1 row. It's 1 stitch. Close it. It's done. So cute. I like it a lot. Now it was really easy. There were not many like increases and like decreases. It was 1 row of increasing and then 1 row of decreasing. It's just one little ball. So I started 11:11 and it's now 11:44. So it took me a whole 33 minutes. So half an hour to do this. It was my first time. I think it's alright. She said that it's a 10-minute project. I do want to try and make another one just by myself. I think I know the pattern. And I'll try to do it in 10 minutes because she told me it's a 10-minute project. I'll use a thinner hook. So I'm going to do that real quick. See how long I take. How cute! To make the second shake, I used a 3mm hook and it worked amazing with this yarn. Like you can see a lot of difference from the first to the second. I will say if you had never crocheted before and you want to follow a amigurumi tutorial, I personally think it would be best if you didn't use a fuzzy yarn and instead use like a normal yarn, like an acrylic or a cotton, not fuzzy. And I feel like the amigurumi instructors should mention that just as a learning tool, because I couldn't really see the stitches at all with this yarn. I had never used this yarn before. I just went in from muscle memory because I do crochet, like I've crocheted clothing before. I feel like it was very quick for me because I already know how to crochet pretty well. If you've never done anything before, I think it's gonna frustrate you a lot to follow these tutorials using these fluffy yarns because you cannot see what you're doing. So that's something to think about. If you're thinking about getting into amigurumi, I guess. Like, this is my first time ever, and that's something that I noticed. And it did take me like 20 minutes, so double what she told me I would take. Maybe she should have advertised it as a 15-minute project, because I think, like, if I do it a few more times, I will get to 15 minutes, but I don't want to do that. Okay, so this is it. I learned amigurumi, right? I think this is the most basic kind of amigurumi I could ever make, which is the cutest thing, and I want to make a million of it. But I also want to improve a bit more in this art and learn more about the increases and decreases to shape. As I mentioned in the beginning of the video, I do want to learn a lot about the two-dimensionality of these objects and how to increase and decrease to form certain forms of curves and just like forms in crochet. So in the following day, I did start a new amigurumi project for a different kind of bird. Good morning. I will try to learn how to do a little bit more of an advanced bird, and I will not be using the fluffy yarn. I do have a lot of it left. I will probably just make a bunch of these because they're so cute. But now I'm going to do this tutorial. It's by Complicated Knots, How to Crochet 5 Adorable Birds, but she's going to teach how to do this like cacatuel. She does have patterns on Etsy, and she does have a written pattern for this one, but I will just try and follow the YouTube tutorial and see if I'm able to do it just with that. We don't have that much color changing, which is good because I really just want to understand the three-dimensionality of the object, but it has the little thingies on top. There is a big tail, some big wings. She also is not using the velvety yarn, so I think it's gonna be a lot easier for me to see what's happening, and she's using white, so that's amazing. She's using a DK yarn and 3mm hook. I have this and I'm gonna use it. It's acrylic. I'm using a 1.75, so mine's probably gonna be a lot smaller than hers, and hers is already really tiny, so I bet it's gonna be cute.
Hello, it's Thursday, and today we are making a vlog of...
Oh, by the way, her video has pretty much an hour. Let's see how long I can take. I'm kind of hoping for an hour and a half-ish.
I'm going to make a magic ring of 6.
So there is one thing already that I noticed. I think maybe it's obvious for a lot of you all. The like not finishing the round with a slip stitch. They always just continue the next row on top of the first without slip stitching, which maybe it's common for a lot of people who do make clothing as well. It's just I've never worked like that.
18 stitches.
Okay, we already have something difficult here. I don't understand. Wait. Okay, it's already getting interesting. I don't get it. I don't understand. I don't understand. I don't understand. I don't understand what you did. I keep looking at it and I just don't understand.
So there we are at the end of row 3. Round 4.
I think it's only 1 and 2. I think I'm just being dumb. I was being dumb. It was literally just single crochet 2 and an increase on the third. I never really read patterns, which is not nice. I just always assume I can make things on my own. If you follow me on this channel, you know that, and you know that it is not always good. I just have a lot of fun trying to understand the things by myself, or just looking for specific knowledge. So I like to search tutorials on like how to do a specific stitch, how to just like how to increase, how to decrease, but not necessarily the full patterns. I do love the art of pattern making. I like to make patterns myself, even though I never sell them because I never perfect them. But because I never really read patterns, I get confused when I read them because I'm not used to the terms. Like, I know the abbreviations, but I'm just not used to reading them on a row. Oh, that's really bad, but it's my reality. This is really bad. I really should get into buying patterns more so that I improve it. But anyway. Okay, I got it. Okay, it wasn't that hard. Also, it's so much easier to see. I'm seeing it. I think we're going strong. Little dome, and I had a lot of increases, so it's kind of what I wanted, and we're about to add a beak. Ooh. I got this orange for it.
Color, which for me is grey.
She's using gray, so never mind the orange. I'm using gray as well.
The next row that we work will help pull it down into position. So then
No!
we'll start with 14 single crochet around it.
I lost it. I lost it. Okay, I got it. I got it.
Like so. So that's what your cockatoo should currently look like.
Mine is looking exactly like hers. How fun it is to follow patterns. Look at this. It is exactly what I wanted to learn. So fun. Okay, so we're making some progress. And can you see it's starting to grow right here? I did have some trouble here in the head, but once I got it, It was like kind of straightforward. I just kind of was confused on how to read it. Like, we increased here in this row, but in the previous one we didn't. And now we're increasing here in the sides. And now we're not going to increase for a couple of rows. And like, the thing for me is like, I've been noticing that with these amigurumis, we don't slip stitch and then do one chain and then start around. We just go around and around, which is interesting because it doesn't really create a seam. But for me, it becomes really hard to see where I begin the next row. So I'm going by her counting, and I'm just hoping that it's right. But she has the exact number of stitches I should have in a row, and then I'm always like confused because I think I'm always like wrong by 1 or 2. Yeah, I think it's going great, especially for my first, like, I think, like, big girl pattern. The one thing that I'm concerned about, I just think it's going to be like tragedies of this being my first ever amigurumi, is that I think I should probably have gone for a smaller hook. Because you see, it's the same problem that I had with my very first little chick. The weave is very open, so you will be able to see the filling. Of course, this is white, so you will see it less, but you can still see like the holes. But it's my first one, so I think it's going to be okay.
That's what it looks like. Then a decrease.
Okay, guys, please don't do that. So it's kind of working. I do think I miscounted at one point. It won't be right. I don't know if you can tell it now, but like the beak is here. This leg is closer to the beak than this one. I think I miscounted at the first roll that we started increasing this little bit here. I'm just gonna leave it like this. It's going to be my little lumpy bird. He's going to be looking at the side like this. A 3/4 bird. And we're supposed to pop in our eyes now. So I'm going to add these ones, and they're gonna be funny, but I think it's alright.
So I actually don't think eye size needs to be particularly specific for this pattern, but
Okay. She's with me, okay? She's with me. I'm gonna put them closer.
Happy?
Happy.
Snap your backs on.
Oh, I was doing it wrong. Okay, thank you for the tutorial, love. I was adding them, so pretend this is the eye. I was adding it like this, and it's supposed to be like this. Oops. It's because the other girl, she did it with the tool, so I didn't really understand.
We're going to single crochet 3 together twice. So there is our first one. And our second one.
It has a little belly. Look. And this was actually really interesting for me. We did decrease a lot here by 3s, and it made this like very pronounced decrease because we were decreasing 3 together. But it's good to know that it does like a big impact. Like, see, it's a very intense turn down. So that was good for me because I didn't really know that they did so many decreases together because we've been increasing. We never really increased 3 together. So it was interesting that we decreased a lot. But I think it's like the shape, maybe for different shapes they would increase by a lot when they're growing. But anyway, it's looking mighty cute. I've been trying to follow it, but since I fucked up somewhere here, I've been trying to follow it by like mostly looking at the instructions, but really looking where she's doing things. Because mine is lopsided, my decreases and increases aren't necessarily exactly on the counting of her stitches because I made it wrong. Oh, and also I forgot to say, it has been an hour and a half roughly since I started. It was kind of stupid of me to say that I could make this in an hour and a half because I did mention that it was because her tutorial is an hour long. Therefore, I would only take half an hour more than she does. That was really silly of me to say out loud recording.
So grab your stuffing.
Yes, ma'am.
We're going to rip it into cotton ball sized puffs. One little puff at a time. Feed your bird.
She is using a lot of stuffing because yesterday I thought I might have used a little bit too much. But I've done teddy bears. Like, you need a lot of stuffing. Maybe this is a little bit too much for mine. I forgot that hers is a lot bigger than mine. The thing about stuffing, it's like it will always have space for more. And I did mention, and I was absolutely right, this was way too big of a hook for me to use because you can totally see the filling, like the spaces in between. It's not because I'm overstuffing it, I don't think. No.
Starts in row 21.
It's so hard to work with the stuffing in. 6. I don't have 6 stitches to stitch in. Oh my god. This is the body of the bird. Like, it's just not straight. So this is how it's supposed to sit. It's looking that way, and then the tail comes this way, and it's off center. I don't think it will stand. Either way, I've been working on it for 2 hours. We still have half of the video to go. This was 20 minutes of her tutorial. I will continue following her tutorial to finish the bird. So I'll follow it and I will kind of catch up with you guys. So I made these feet. It just looks like a little cluster of like just like a bunch of knots, like, which I guess that's what crochet is. Here, like this. I took I'm pretty sure like I took 15 minutes per feet. They didn't seem hard to me. I wasn't doing them with hardship. It just took me long. Okay, so I have my little pieces. I have 3 thingies. These are for the top of the head of the bird. So these took me like 10 minutes, the 3 of them. So I redeemed myself after the half an hour for these things. And then we have wings, so they're different because one is for one side, the other is for the other side. These took me 10 minutes each. So pretty much an hour to make this like little pieces. It is my first try, but it feels like too much time for only this. An hour for this seems insane. Learning new things, it's a thing, you know. Let me just attach them and we'll be done. Okay, friends, it's done. It's like this. It sits like this. But it's standing. It's standing. So I guess I did something right. I will be adding some like keychain things to these two. And let's end this video. Okay guys, so before we finish this video, I actually want to do another bird. When I started making this video and started like learning these amigurumis, I really wanted to go slowly and do like a very easy one, a slightly harder one, and a more difficult one. I think that I jumped a big leap from the round cheek to the like cockatoo that had like a few more increases and decreases, and like so I made a duck, and this duck took me like an hour and 10 minutes to make, so quite fast. I think it's ugly, but in a cute way. I wasn't able to like see, because like the thing about the cockatoo is that even though it's like it's misshapen, there's its mistakes, I can look at it and see the increases and decreases and how it worked. With this one, I can't see it. I have this problem with this velvet yarn. I just kind of went in from like muscle memory of knowing how to crochet. I talked about this when I did a chick. I want to see the stitches. I want to make this and see what I'm doing and be able to look at it and understand what I did. I want to do another duck just like this, the same tutorials. I annotated her whole tutorial, so I watched it once, I followed it once. I think I'm able to do it just with the instructions. This one is not that hard of a tutorial. There are increases only in the back here to make like a little bum, so I'm gonna do that really quick and see how long it takes me. I'm betting on 1 hour and a half. This one I did in 1 hour and 10. So with this, I think I'm going to be a bit more attentive, and there's the color changing, but we will see. 1 hour, 37 minutes, 36 seconds. I am tired. This is apparently a very bad position for me to crochet in. I will talk to you in a second, but it will be tomorrow for me. These were the only eyes that I had, and it's so funny. They're so big for him, but I love it. The big eyes are his personality, okay? This was a very nice journey. I think I learned quite a bit. I think this was a really nice project that I gave myself. I learned something new. Now, I want to make a million amigurumis. I want to try and make all of my friends' dogs. I feel like that's going to be my go-to gift. As we can see, I'm not yet that good, but I'm dreaming of that now. I'm like, I'm gonna be an amigurumi gifter. This is gonna be my go-to gift. I'm just gonna make their dogs, their birds, their fishes, whatever they have. I don't think I'm at the level of making patterns, obviously, yet, but I feel like I learned quite a bit with increasing and decreasing. It's going to be good for my project that I want to get into in a few weeks. It's not that big of a deal. It's just a project that I have in my mind. It's actually quite funny in my opinion, but you'll see it when I get to that, if I ever do, because but anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. As I've been saying, I am so randomly close to 100,000 followers, which is insane. If you've never been to my channel and you're a bit confused, a lot of my subscribers come from shorts. I have some random shorts go viral in a weird way. So I feel like I'm at the start of a community here with this channel. It makes me so happy. It's what I've wanted for so long. And it feels weird that I have this big number approaching, but it feels like my community is just starting, because it's in these long videos where I talk through my process and we just crochet and knit together that we actually, get to know each other and, actually build a community. It's so nice to feel like I am, myself getting a community of people who, enjoy spending some time together and enjoy watching my videos. I'm just saying this because it's so close. I don't even know when I post these videos, it might be getting to that big number, and it's so wild. All of that to say that if you're not subscribed yet and you feel like you're going to like this kind of content that I make, do consider subscribing, only if you want. Consider liking the video if you liked it, and do comment below whatever you thought about this video, about any specific part. If you guys would like, please give me names for the birds. If you do name them, I will know that you made it all the way to the end of the video, and I'm so very thankful for that. I do have my social media on screen if you would like to follow me anywhere else, and I will see you in the next one, hopefully very, very soon. Bye bye.